And since there's only two people here, I forgot to hit recording. So we are now recording and looking at the photographs here of Jeremy Hill with this stunning pepper shot here. Um, your softbox. This is interesting because I'm always one to put the softbox back a little bit,
Mm,
back and leaning forward a little bit. I see you've got it kind of right on top here, and yet
yeah.
this highlight that you have here is so compelling right here, right along here, and then this one coming down. So compelling that I think it becomes a part of the composition. And had
Mm,
you moved it back, you would have lost it. You would have put a highlight back up here and maybe back here, but you wouldn't have had this one here. And I really like that. I have
yeah.
no idea
Well,
what I
thank you.
just did. Um, back here, yeah. Um, the composition is right on, and that's sitting on what, black plex or something?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just quite reflective perspex.
Wow, nice job. Tell me a little bit about what you'd like to do.
You thought we were going to Mexico, and he said if anyone tries to hold you and your dad back, call me and I'll go over there and shoot them.
Okay. Um, the the composition on this, that are you like a food shooter? Is it food that you really like to do?
No, it's. I mean, I quite enjoy a lot of macro work over the years, but mainly because I haven't been able to afford, expensive lenses, so I kind of use reversal rings and that type of thing. So
Hmm.
I tend to do a lot more sort of close-up shots. So
What
feel
kind of
quite
camera
comfortable with this one.
are you using right now?
I use a Pentax K5 II,
Ah, okay.
so it's relatively new.
Yeah, and
And this was with a
the problem with the Pentax, like the Olympuses and stuff, is they only take the new lenses. Yeah, yesterday I was having a long conversation. We talked for about 3 hours into the middle of the night last night with a photographer, still life shooter in New York, and he is using Nikon D700, and
mm,
all of his lenses are old Nikkor manual focus lenses. He
mm,
doesn't even have the IS lenses. He just has the old um, the old Nikors, and he's loving it because they'll go on the front of his camera. He just picked up a 24 millimeter f2 for $140.
wow,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
interesting. And there's a there's a different patina to the image when it's shot through old glass versus the new computerized, digitally um, optimized glass. There's a difference. I like the difference. It's sharp, but the highlights, the transitions are so much smoother. It's like what they wanted to do with digital glass was to increase the exposure. I mean,
mm,
increase the contrast. And so on the older lenses, the contrast is much softer. And we all know how easy it is to bring contrast back into a picture now. You know,
yeah,
slide the clarity slider or whatever you want to do, and you've got it. That's a lovely shot there, Jeremy. Um,
yeah.
you
Well,
got to be
thanks, Dan.
pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it because I don't have a lot of gear, so I'm only have one speed loader at the moment, so I'm
Okay.
kind of limited with what I can do. Um, but
You
yeah,
are, and you're not. No, no, no. The cool thing, I just did an interview with Scott Tepfer. I haven't put it up yet because I've got to do more to the. I've got to break it in half. We ended up talking an hour and a half, and that makes a very long YouTube. So I'm going to break it into half. Um, but I was talking to Scott about his gear, and he shoots with a. We bought an Olympus thing at a camera store for $250. Brett, you'll get a kick out of this. He got an Oli 2 with a 24, a 50, and a 135. I think it, yeah, 24, 50, 135, and the Oli 2, and he got it for $240. And he
well,
said it looks like it was never taken out of the box.
yeah, lucky
Wow.
guy. Yeah,
That's his little pet film camera. Then on digital, he shoots with I believe it's a Nikon. No, it's a Canon 5D Mark III, 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, and 85, and that's it. That's all he uses. So
Yeah,
three little lenses is sometimes all you need.
it's like the Holy Trinity, isn't it? Lenses.
I'll tell you what. It kind of is for me. Um, I'm looking at that 35 millimeter 1.4 and just kind of drooling in a way. That's a
Yeah,
really sweet lens. What was it, about
And
$1,400, I think? But
that new
yeah.
Sigma 35 1.4.
yeah, 35 1.4. I'm thinking that by the end of this, maybe next summer, by end of next summer, because the lenses I want are expensive, I might be down to a kit of a 35 1.4, 50 1.2, and 85 1.2. Yeah, it's three
Mm.
lenses, and for my work, they just seem to do everything I want them to do. Um, it's interesting where my photography is going is right into those middle range areas, and I might as well just get the big fast ones and be done with it. But very cool. So it's pretty cool. You created a studio outside. That's neat.
Yeah, well, it's mainly due to the smoke, really, the insects. I didn't want to smoke the house out, so yeah, seemed to work in my favour this time.
Yep. Excellent. Good job. Let's see what we got here. Thomas Janssen. Okay. We looked at Thomas. He's in the pro group. That is a poaching egg. He's shooting the hot water and just dropped an egg into it. Nothing in this is all right out of camera. That's exactly what it looked like. He didn't add anything to it. That's cool.
Mm.
Wow. We got melting chocolate here. Nicholas Broussard. Okay, Nicholas. I'm the first one is too minimal for me, and it seems a little color wise off. I like the second one much better because I like this 3 3 3. I got three verticals here, one without chocolate in it. I like that better. I like your approach to the melting here, although it does get a little funky in here, and I see these real bright areas here. They catch my eye. I don't know what they are. They're obviously not speculars. There's something else going on here. Kill them. Bring them down into the brown. If they are speculars, they're too bright. They're catching my eye because we've got that very bright white area close to this dark chocolate. So we're always going to see this, and we don't necessarily want to. I really like how you did this. Now, unless that plate is brown, we may have a problem. If it is a brown plate, well, we'll know. Let's look at this behind the scenes here. No, see, it's a white plate, and we've got a brown plate here. Just feels the shot feels a little mushy to me. I wish it was a little bit brighter. I don't mind a little bit of color cast. That's probably fine. Oh, he's actually creating the color cast, isn't he? He sure is. Yep. All right. So that's what he wanted. Well, if that's what he wanted, then I guess that's fine. That becomes an artistic decision. Um, yeah, pretty cool. Watch your melt. Always try to make the most perfect melt you can. You may have to melt 15 or 20 of these to get the perfect melt, but that's the name of the game there. Very cool. Good attempt there. And Chemcleat, we got Atlantic wasabi sauce. Oh, okay. We got the wasabi sauce. We got the very dark horse. The horse is too dark. Chemcleat, it's too dark because this just jumps out and you hardly even see this horse over here. Really need to get the highlights back on the horse, and we also need to get your lights not in front but back here and back here, so we have this highlight running down the side of the jar, which will give us separation. it'll separate the jar from. See how the jar goes to black here, Camcleat? What's happening is we've got our light up front here. You can see the specular of the light, and then as the jar goes around, it's got nothing to reflect. So even if you left your lights there, we've got to get some white cards back there to get this thing to separate. And if we're going to show the top of this cap like this, really think we need to get a something back there to reflect, because if there is, and it looks like there might be something a little bit, it's not enough. It just that cap dies. It's too dark, and there's nothing there. So okay, great. Okay. Wow, we got all of those lights going off. Hole in the base, kicker light, kicker light. Okay. Interesting. Wow. This light's really far away. Usually when I'm working, I've got my lights in really, really close. I think this light's so far away that it's really, instead of filling, it's actually causing the light to be flat. The farther away the light is, the flatter the light is. But that's very cool that you showed us the setup shot. That really helps. Better, but we still can't see the horse. I like the egg on there now. And again, look at this. We've got the kickers back there, but they're really not helping the top of the egg. We've got this in the front, and that looks to me that shoot through umbrella is so far away that it's a tiny spot of light here. And when we're shooting glass objects, we're shooting the object reflecting what we've set there for it to reflect. And at this point, it's really not reflecting anything, just that little tiny umbrella all the way across the room. So good. Chris Dean, go with chili peppers, red and green. Chris, this is very nice again. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a bad shot at all. I love the light that she uses. Very tall light. Love how the light goes right up, gives us this nice gradient background, a little bright back here. But because the light's so tall, it gives us our highlight really very much across these peppers. It's not just to the back like a small softbox would give. Very nice. I don't know, with or without kickers up front, or I mean, bounce boards up front. I'd like to see it both ways. Of course, if I was the art director, I'd say let's put a card up here and see what that looks like. I think your artistic decision to not put it there, I could live with that because I think it's dramatic enough to do it. Composition's very cool. Very cool. You've created a fish or something going on here. I don't know if that was intention, but that's certainly what it looks like. Neat. Nice. Very well done. Eric. Eric went out onto the roads last year. Breakfast on the road. Yeah, that's about as hot as it feels here today. And of course, this was done last year. If Eric shot this today, he would never put the bottle with a tangent running into the pole behind it. Fun shot, Eric. That's cool. Oakley's photo 2. Made hot out of chili peppers. All right. I think we could probably. Interesting. I actually like that shot, the setup shot, better than I like the chili shot. Interestingly enough. This is nice. I'm not sure that we really are using light as best we could. We got little highlights right on top. We've got these cool chili peppers, and I just wonder what else we could have done. I think not exactly the image he had in his head. Okay, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's not this one's kind of cool. If I crop this off over here, and I just showed this couch with this black thing and this peppers down here. I kind of like that. How nuts is that? But I do. Thad G, cold one on a hot day. Yeah, no problem. If you're in a pro group and you want to throw one on here, we don't have a very big crowd. We got Brett from Seattle, and Jeremy's half asleep over there in the UK. So, I love you guys who stay up late. It's the committed ones that get stuff done. I'll tell you. That's a pretty nice little shot there, Thad G. Your little spray of light is great. I love that you kept the handle in here. These are really nice. This is what this one here bothers me. I don't know what this is. There's not enough detail. I do know what it is. It's an ice cube. Not enough detail here, so it kills this strawberryta can here. And if I was going to have this ice cube in here again, I think I'd put it in front of the glass so that we could see some of the color through it, give it some texture and some reason to be there, and not to hide the glass. Like hide the can, because it's just pure white. So this part of the can goes right into it. Looks like a mistake, and I know it was a mistake. Nicely done. I have to talk about how to make cans look wet and cold. F11. As the sun has seen an umbrella in between and so reflected from the right, get some of the drops. That's really pretty, F11. Wow. I love your depth of field. The flare coming in here on the glass. Shooting the sun flare itself makes it look hot. Yeah, that's really very, very cool shot. The location shot with the sun behind the camera. Okay. If you're going to have a photo studio, you might as well have one on the golf course with a big umbrella. That's a really seriously nice shot, F11. I would hope that we could see a series of shots similar to this, because I think that would really, really rock your portfolio. And having this little bit of the table come in here, grab the glass, we can see the red straws in here, straws going up and out of focus. I don't know. It doesn't say here, does it? No. Oh, it says soft focus lens, very little post processing. Oh, so you must be using like one of those Canon or Nikon soft focus lenses. Very cool. Nicely done, F11. And that's it. That's our list for today. Except, of course, this is one from Nick from last year that we really liked, and beautiful shot from Nick. There's more of this in his portfolio now than when he shot it, which is kind of cool. So anyway, that's it. And Jeremy, if you got a question, now's the time to lay it on me. And if not, we'll let you go to bed.
No, there's nothing that springs to mind on. So I'll head off to bed in a minute, I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm awful glad that you're doing the project with us. Stick with it.
Me too.
Fantastic. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Cool. Cheers.
All right.
Good night.